Today I want to show you how I turned this image that looks like this to this image, which you can see I introduced something behind and I changed what I have here. Now, the first thing, as you can see, there is no overlay behind, and then this is just this tool I used to actually stack to create intending effect, which was this. I had multiple ideas I wanted to create in my head, but when I was prompting the AI tool, it didn't give me what I wanted, and I stopped at this. Now, let me explain what happened here. This was shot in a black background, and then the intention was to actually generate a silver-based setup that will complement the environment, the outfit, and the model. Now, if you come here, this thing was stacked. So most times when you have intention to change something, ensure that what you are using to do it looks like your intention, what you want to achieve. So this stacked up stuff was intended to use to get this. So if I'm going to use something that is long, I cannot come and use something that is like a box as on the floor and then expect that to stand up. So always make sure that the person is staying in the position you want the manipulation or the AI generated something to actually appear. Always have that in mind. Now, how did this happen? So let me open up my layer and explain in details what I did. So down here, nothing serious actually happened. So we're starting from the beginning. So these are multiple layers created to actually create the effect. So the first layer, this was where, so I'm turning all of them off. Let me turn every one of them off, and I'll be introducing them one by one so that I can explain what I did to achieve those results. So starting from this area, as you can see, this is exactly how the picture is here, and this is it originally. So the first thing I did, as you can see, I came to this first spot and I expanded it to 4 by 5 so that I'll have this border filled up because of Instagram. So I expanded it to 4 by 5. After that, as you can see, all these layers here, empty spots here, I wanted to close them, and that's what I did. I used the remove tool provided by Photoshop, which is just, I'll click this, select an area. Once I select the area, once I'm done selecting, I'll just click remove. That's what I did, and it will all remove. So that's what I did for all of them. So I did for the first one, second one, up to the fourth one. All of them were all I used the remove tool to cover all of them, and then they all turned out to stand out the way I wanted it to stand. So that whenever I'm going to generate, it will turn out the way I want it to stand. So that's what I did. So as simple as that. As you can see, I cleaned up these areas that are empty. So I don't want that hollow to exist in it. After that, the next thing I did is to actually clean the background. After cleaning the background, I wanted to restore the intensity of what this place that had the base down here. So I used mask tool to clean it out. That's why you can see this mask here. I cleaned out the percentage of that place so that the effect just be on top and under. And then this was what it looked like. I introduced an overlay too. So this is the overlay I introduced. Now, how did I use this overlay, or what did I do with this overlay? When I introduced this overlay, it was in normal mode and I changed it from normal. See what it looks like when it is in normal mode. It looks too sharp and it doesn't blend into the background like this. So what I did was to actually come and move it from normal to screen. I checked multiple blend modes to be certain the one that works, and the one that works very well is screen. So whenever you import an overlay, ensure you test out multiple blend modes. There is no blend mode that exactly serves as the best at all times. Different overlays require different blend modes to match your background. Some will require you to use screen, some will require that you use lighting, some will require you use multiply, some will require overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid, color, subtract, and multiple things. So depending on what you want, ensure you use the one that works for you. Have that at the back of your mind is very, very important. Now, after introducing that, as you can see, after I blended it in with screen, the screen immediately blended this thing in. So this is the before when it is without an overlay. See what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. Do you understand? Now, I intentionally did not want to add any motion blur or Gaussian blur, nothing. I wanted it like this. I like the effects because of the shadow behind. So going in, you can see that there is shadow behind. See the shadow? It feels like exactly the same way the light hits the subject. If you zoom into this extent, you will see that light has hit the girl. The way the light hits the subject here also reflected the same impact on this. It has exactly the same impact. So I wanted it to be like harsh light effect and let the overlay behind stand out. You understand? With the same shadow placement. That's why I left it like that. I didn't do anything extra with blurring. No, I left it like that. Then after that, I created a new layer up here. As you can see, This was when this is the subject here separated from the background. So subject here, overlay under, and the main background below. Then up here, I did my normal expansion. Before I do anything, I actually create a new layer, and then this is when I expanded it to match the environment. So what I used for this expansion is generative fill. So what is generative fill that I used? I used this and I clicked this and I used generative expand to expand it and make sure that the thing expands and has the same look as the background, no extra or something that looks funny. Then after that, what did I do next? I now came here to use AI to give it instruction. Now, this is what AI gave me. Right now, what was the instruction used? Now, I generated 9 different effects or variations. These are the variations I got. Now, these are the variations. This is variation 1. This is the first variation, second variation, third variation, fourth variation, fifth variation, sixth variation, seventh variation, eighth variation, ninth variation. So now the prompt used was here. So you can see simple. Turn this to a silver colored aesthetic cobalt. That's just it. Now I was generating and generating. I generated 3 times, but in three variations. So this was the first generation, second one, and then this is the third one. This is the one I finally used. This one here. I like the way it is. It is simple. It looks nice and it looks cool. And I moved on with it. What did I use to generate? I just used the first layer here. That is firefly fill and expand. The first one, not second, not third. This one, and it worked out very well. So as you can see, that's what I used to get this effect. Now, after I was done with that, I moved up to this place. That's where I actually got this up here, this effect. I removed some things here. If you zoom into this extent like this, the effect actually entered her hand. So I had to crop it out, select it, and then blend it back in with AI. See, this effect was not good. So I had to select and then blend it back in with AI very well. Then moving up, I had to remove these areas here that drew the line. I don't like them, so I removed them. So as you can see, I removed them. I don't like how it looked, so I removed it. Then going up next, so created a new layer, went to my camera raw and removed some things. I think I added some effect and reduced the intensity of tones here. So these options here were just removing the clothes. I just cleaned up the clothes with AI, because as you can see, the clothes had some rumples and wrinkles and all that. So I used AI to remove all those wrinkles on the clothes one by one. So if you see here, even the wrinkles on the clothes were removed. See, I removed the wrinkles on the clothes. So I used AI to also do that. You can do it manually if you feel like doing it. And then the last but not the least was just the hair. I wanted to make this cap have, instead of R, I wanted it to have P. So I just used AI to remove it as well. So somehow we moved from this to this, from this to this. Many persons usually ask me, how do I get overlays for my pictures? I use multiple overlays. I just research on Pinterest. I research on Pinterest a lot. So for this particular picture, let me give you the options that Pinterest gave me. I had multiple options. So let me just go to where I have those options. Let me show you. When I was doing my research for the overlay I will use for this particular image, Pinterest gave me multiple options. This is option 1. I had multiple options. This is the first option. Let me open it up. This is the first option I got. Second option, third option, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I had just so many of them. Many options, and this is the one I actually used eventually. Now, one thing that makes it interesting, or makes it, something that you will do and get the right result, is to understand the background you want to use it for, and always notify Pinterest the intended background. If I'm searching for something that's going to be used in a black background, I always notify Pinterest with the word for a black background. Let's say overlay for black background, overlay for green background, overlay for black background, white background, green background, brown background, purple background, magenta background. This is majorly when you use overlays. There are other ways to actually do it, especially if you're using AI and all those things. So to maximize extraction of overlays for editing, backgrounds for editing, you must know how to use the right words. Your prompt is your advantage. Don't use your imagination and then don't figure out a prompt. Figure out a prompt first before you go to your search engine or to your AI tool. So have this at the back of your mind at all times during the times you're writing out anything to give your Pinterest or to give your AI tool. So I'm going to drop a link to the overlay I used for this and also the prompt I used to get this in the description below. So do not forget to subscribe and also turn on your post notification for this channel. You'll actually get more value, how to use overlays, how to use AI and multiple things. So don't forget to also like this video, drop a comment and share to those that would like to see it. See you in the next one.